Hi, Joe. Are we the right way or are we sideways?
Okay, what's up, guys? That was epic. That was an epic cluster. What the hell happened?
Hey, listen, you are setting it up all day, so I blame this 100% on you.
I've been doing this for a week, so I don't understand. I'm pissed. But me and my dude, we're gonna work on this all night, and we're gonna fix this. I know we had this issue last week.
I keep asking, and no one's
because maybe it's
answering
not
me.
working still. Hey, what's up, Dan? Dan's on here. Scuba is there. So let me know once you guys get on. Hopefully we can fix this. Had to end the stream.
On YouTube? Okay, just making sure.
Hey, what's up, Pepper?
Oh, it seemed okay for a second.
About 10 seconds.
Oh my god.
And then it all shut down. Which reminds me.
Joe says it's all good, so we can be that way.
She just wrecked my punchline. I had an amazing Joe Biden joke. Amazing Joe Biden joke. Tiffany just wrecked it.
Because, your definition of amazing, it was probably like close to mediocre.
No, it was dope. It was dope. It was Dave Chappelle quality.
You can't hold that the whole time.
I can hold it. I have no other option right now. So we are moving forward. We are adapting and overcoming. So welcome, guys. We are happy that you're here.
I think I'm on.
Seeing our struggles.
I'm not in the group.
Where are you?
I'm on my Facebook page.
Your personal Facebook page?
Yeah.
Shut it off. Shut it down.
OMG. Well.
Go to Tampa Carey's Facebook page. That's what you're supposed to do. Shut it off.
This is a nightmare. I just think we should just scrap tonight's live.
We ain't scrapping
and I should
shit.
Go. Yeah, I think that I should go and
Nope.
Yep. I think I should
scrapping
go
nothing.
watch The Fear of the Walking Dead.
Nope, we are making this happen. What's up, Tom Cigars? Keep pushing forward. That's the way it is. No regrets, no retreat.
No.
We are moving forward. Way better quality camera, guys. Yeah, so we've got some dope. We've got some dope stuff. We've had a couple issues. Look at this. I got this freaking streaming thing. I got a DSLR, the camera. We got all this stuff.
But it doesn't work, so it's not that great.
We're gonna figure it out.
It's not that
It's another book in the making. Yeah. This is a perfect example. Me, Joe, and Dan were out at lunch, and we were kind of talking about different things and about how, sometimes people have bad stuff happen. Push the button.
Oh.
Sometimes people have bad stuff happen. They're trying to start a business. They're trying to, come on, Tiff. They're trying to get stuff to work, and they run into lots of problems, and then they just give up right away. But the reality is, there are problems everywhere. The people, hey, thanks, Gerardo. There are problems every single day, but successful people look at problems and say, F you, I'm going to keep moving forward. And, yeah. And then other people quit and go home and hide under a blanket. So anyway, thanks, Tommy. We appreciate you, buddy. Hope you're enjoying New York. We're going to need that $20 you just gave, because apparently we got a lot more money we got to spend this week.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so David says, do you teach advanced concealed weapons courses? I don't see anything on your website. We do offer a course called Advanced Concealed Carry Level 1.
He's probably talking about in person.
Yeah, so we're not doing an in-person version of it right now just because ammunition costs are so expensive. Okay. Thomas, hey, thanks, buddy. $4.99. We appreciate ya.
Oh, thank you. So for those of you who missed, we thought we had this. We've got the laptop,
I tested it earlier.
We've got the mic, we've got the big camera, we've got the lights. We were like ready, set, go. And then, I don't know, a major meltdown happened. So we're kind of fumbling now, trying to just get up on our regular phones. Ryan's holding his phone.
So let's, somebody said, can civilians purchase a turret? Sure, I mean, you can buy a turret. So like imagine
this?
No, on a Humvee, right? So the mount,
I
Humvee
thought you
mount.
meant that was like, oh, thank you so much, Michelle. We appreciate it.
So when we owned the gun store, this guy came in one time and he said, hey man, you guys like buy stuff? And I said, yeah, of course, all the time. And he goes, would you be interested in a Modus 50 cal Humvee mount? I was like, what? So like, obviously, hey, thanks, Florida Sheepdog. Obviously, you stole this from the military, okay? Like you didn't, Tiffany, sit down, please.
You gotta let me do it though.
Obviously, you didn't just find a Humvee mount on freaking eBay and buy it and decide you changed your mind. You stole it. And then another guy came in. Do you remember this, Tiff? Another dude came in and he literally had trash bags full of AR-15 magazines that still had the military wrapping on it. And he said, hey, are you interested to buy these? I said, bro, I know you stole this. Okay, I'm not buying it, and then to have OSI come and confiscate it from me. Yeah. So anyway, all right. One of the big trending things that is happening. Everybody knows the election is going to be going down in just a few weeks, right? One of the big kind of topics on social media and on the internet is, will the result of this election lead to a civil war? You know, there's a lot of discussion about it. And before I get your opinion, there was this article in USA Today that says that this woman who's never been a gun owner, super stressed about the election. She's been stocking up on toilet paper, canned goods, convinced her husband to go out and buy guns because she said if a civil war happens, her and her family are going to be stuck in the house and they're not going to be able to go out and get supplies and all this stuff for several weeks or months. Lady, you clearly don't understand how civil wars work.
Yeah.
If there's a war, we're talking years. This isn't something that's like 2 weeks. Remember, they told us you only had to wear a face mask for 2 weeks. People still walking around with those things everywhere they go.
Okay, well, they're saying it's better. So it's better probably because we have better internet, but we're still on the cell phones because our other computer kind of crashed. But next week, we are going to be on fire.
And I'm probably going to spend $10,000.
No.
It might happen.
We're not going to do that.
All right. So anyway, Tiffany, what do you think about that? Do you think the results? So
I definitely think, just from the way that, it depends who gets voted.
People are saying either way.
But
there's
why
going to be a
either
civil
way?
war.
I don't think so. I think that if Biden wins, we are going to be mature about it like we were when Obama won.
Yeah, listen, I wasn't happy when Obama won.
I didn't
I don't
for Obama, but
agree with any of his policies.
I was pissed the night of. I went to bed. I was mad, and then I went about my life.
Yeah, you just hope they don't screw it up too much, right?
Yeah, right. You're like, hopefully we'll get somebody else, in office soon, and they won't screw it up too much. However,
do you think if Trump wins, there will be a civil war?
Judging by what happened the last election when he won, things got pretty crazy.
Lots of riots immediately.
Yeah.
Lots of protests.
I think we are in a much more heightened state right now. So I think that, we were here. He was elected the first time, it went to here. Now I think we're sitting at here. So if he's elected, I think that might push some people
way overboard.
So Trump's going to win. Well, I hope so. But I'm a Canadian. I can't vote, so.
Have any of you guys been stocking up on ammunition, guns, or food or anything like that as a result of this election?
Yeah.
We don't. But it's also because we already did all this a long time ago.
Buddy says riots no matter who wins. So
now, one of the things that they're saying in the media is that if Biden wins, it's going to be Trump supporters, conservatives, that are going to go out there and riot and destroy stuff. That is not happening.
But has that ever happened?
No one can give an example of conservatives going out there rioting. You're going to have some idiots and stuff, right?
Right. Yeah,
but
Michelle
it's really
says
not.
No way.
It's really not
I
happening.
agree. No. Let me ask you this: is there a hole in my cup? Because I thought I just got this latte and it's already gone.
Tiffany drinks a lot of lattes.
I'm trying to cut down. So I was trying to cut down to 5 lattes a day. And then Ryan gets up at 8 o'clock or 7:30 the other morning, and I'm like, I'm already on my 4th latte, and I'm only allowed 5.
First world problems, people. First world
sucks.
problems.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so in the last 9 months, there's been 1 million firearm background checks.
Wow.
In the state of Florida, mind you.
Wow.
And 80,000 new concealed carry permit applications since July 1st. So July, August, September, October, 4 months, 80,000. We really screwed up.
The worst we ever saw was the Tea Party protests, and that was nothing. Exactly.
Where the Tea Party picked up their garbage afterwards.
So responsible, but that almost.
But it's hilarious, isn't it?
No, but it's kind of funny because I kind of like that. I don't know. I think that's respectful.
I think it is, right?
I think that's a respectful.
We had an incident happen with Jackson, our youngest son. Jackson basically said that he wasn't going to be friends with another kid at school because his parents are voting for Joe Biden. And he said, I'm not going to be friends with them anymore.
Yeah.
And we had to sit him down and explain to him that Jackson, that doesn't mean we're not friends with people.
Yeah, so we really had to explain to him that no matter what, we're kind and we love and accept everybody, and we allow everybody
to have their own opinion.
And
whoever they want to.
That is a very, very, very important thing about America, is having the freedom and free speech. So it ended up being like an hour-long conversation with all the kids, just letting them know that no matter what somebody believes in, we have to love and respect them and allow them to have their own opinion, because it only turns bad when we bully people into trying to bully them into believing and acting the way that we act.
Okay,
right?
Gerardo says, what belt do you use, Ryan? It depends on which kid is pissing me off.
Oh! Ryan uses the Core Essentials belt. He got that belt. He fell in love right away, and then he was doing some review videos
about belts. So I bought a bunch of different EDC belts. So he bought a bunch of other ones. Tons of them.
And the Bigfoot, and they're cool.
Hey, thanks, Edward.
Thank you so much, Edward. He tried a bunch, but you're sticking with the Core, right?
Yeah.
That's his belt. So
Edward, I agree with you, buddy. This is much bigger than one U.S. election.
Yeah, I agree.
Florida man, dun dun dun. Florida man was handling a firearm in his car with his twin brother.
Who's Florida man though?
You've never heard that?
Florida man?
Florida man. Every time there's like something crazy or weird that happens.
It's a Florida, yeah. Florida kind of got that name. Yeah, we kind of do.
Yeah, there's a real story where
Florida man is the Karen kind of thing.
Pretty much, but it's a man.
Right.
In Florida.
Yeah.
Okay? Try to keep up here, Tiff. Florida man handling a gun in his car with his twin brother. He decides to pull out the gun and point the gun at his brother. And his brother pulls out his concealed carry gun, points it at the other one, presses the trigger, and his brother is shot in the head, dead instantly. What do you think about that?
How old?
These are adults. I mean, they have guns. I'm assuming they may or may not have carry permits. I assume they do.
Well, I think that is a case of you get charged with manslaughter.
So he did get charged with manslaughter. Yeah. And then they also found marijuana pipe in the car.
Of course.
Yeah. So, but it's fascinating because there's so many people out there that really feel like they understand guns and gun safety.
Okay, yes. Gerardo, isn't that Marcel on there?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. We talked about that earlier, I guess, on our first trial live stream, that there was that young boy. So I guess that person lost track of where their gun was. And that goes back to, so that was a 3-year-old boy that was shot at a birthday party. That goes back to not getting in the habit of putting your gun underneath the couch pillow and in the sock drawer, always keeping your firearm locked up, even if you don't have kids in the home, because you never know when something's going to change. The neighbor's going to knock on your door.
Listen, we had this guy in the class one time that him and his wife came in, and they were older. I would say they were like late 50s or whatever. So their children are already grown up and stuff. And the wife was like, Ryan, what do you think about storing guns in the house? So I kind of shared my opinion. And she said, my husband, he basically is taking guns. He has dozens of guns. He's Velcroed them under the table, under the coffee table, beside the refrigerator, inside the couch cushion, like all these different places. And I said, what do you do when your grandkids come over? And he goes, I go and I collect them all and put them in a safe. And I said, but what if you, most mornings can't find something. My shoes, don't know where they are.
Every
Car
single
keys,
day.
can't find them.
And then, who does he yell at? He yells at me for putting it somewhere where it wasn't supposed to go.
She does it just to mess with me.
Every single time.
But my point is, you may be good at keeping track of your gun 99% of the time, but it's just that one time, right? You lose track. Some little kid gets access to that gun, and then somebody ends up dead. It's a big deal.
Totally sucks. So, somebody said, how strong is Joe Biden's anti-gun agenda? And I think Harris's is a lot.
Well, Kamala is nuts, okay? She's pretty nuts. I'm going to go to Biden's website real quick. So what Kamala said is that, she blames Congress and said Congress is just not, they're too weak. They're not willing to do their job, which, they're the ones that create laws. It's not up to the executive branch to just create laws. They can do executive orders, but that's just, we have separation of power for a reason. So she said if Congress doesn't pass some type of groundbreaking law, then answer that question.
Oh, I didn't know.
If Congress doesn't do some groundbreaking law, then she's going to ban guns within 100 days.
Right.
But that is just nonsense. You don't have the legal constitutional right to do that.
Right, but we don't know what this chick is going to try to do. So Sandy just said the dry fire starts today, right? It's
going to start next week. It's going to start October 1st, which is what the course is supposed to say. And we've been getting off track,
yeah,
so we're
but
not going to.
Sandy, if you want to start posting videos,
just start posting it.
You can start posting videos if you want it, because you can post them. You know, you can do day 1 or day 2 twice. That's totally fine. So if you want to start, I guess Ryan, some of the videos he had made, he said he was going to start the first
of every month.
Of every month. So then he was kind of upset that I had started on the 26th. So we kind of made an error on this one. But go ahead and start anyway. You can start doing those. Start doing those things, because then by the time everybody else does, you're going to be a pro. I'm so super excited that we have another woman in there.
Here's what.
That's not my
Here's
fault.
what Joe Biden
Dan.
says. Thanks, Dan. For his end our gun violence epidemic. And here again, it's all about framing, right? Hey, thanks, Joey.
Thank you, Joey.
It's all about framing. So Joe says gun violence is a public health epidemic that causes over 40,000 people to die as a result of firearms. What Joe does not mention is part of that 40,000 number, 60% of it actually is suicides. People that are going to kill themselves are going to kill themselves, whether they have access to a gun or whether they jump off a bridge or hang themselves, whatever. So it's funny that you blame guns on that.
No touchy, Tiff.
Yeah, stop.
It's because I'm trying to do the comments, and then it just takes a little bump because, again, we weren't prepared for this, so we just have it kind of hung up on something.
So then what Joe also doesn't talk about is that 40,000 number also includes U.S. military troops that are killed in combat as the result of a gun, which is idiotic. So in reality, according to the FBI's Uniform Crime Report, it states that only about 11,000 people die from being murdered with a gun every single year.
Which is not...
That's the number we need to talk about.
Yeah, it's...
Okay, so, Joe, it says that he's taken on the NRA and won. That never happened. I don't know, but like a lot of things that Joe Biden talks about. He passed the Brady Handgun Violence Protection Act, which statistically has done nothing to stop gun violence. And then he says that he takes, here, in 1994, Biden, along with Dianne Feinstein, secured the passage of the 10-year assault weapon ban and high-capacity magazine ban, which at the 8th year of the assault weapons ban was the highest mass shooting in that 10-year period.
Yes.
Hey, what's up?
Thank you
Thanks,
very
Jason.
much, Jason. Yeah, I think I definitely think they're going to make some big moves. So I'm not
Says
sure
he's going to
what those are gonna be.
hold gun manufacturers accountable. Tell me what you think about this. I don't know if I ever talked to you about this. Tim.
I hate that. I hate that because it's like
Do you even know what it is?
Yes.
Let me explain it first. So holding gun manufacturers responsible. So if a Glock is used in a shooting,
Yeah.
that means that
That's what I knew.
I'm trying to tell everybody else, Tiff.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So if a Glock is used in a mass shooting, then the victims' families are allowed to sue Glock instead of just suing the person that committed the crime.
Right. So it's like me getting drunk, getting in I won't say what kind of car I
Just
have.
say it.
Getting in a Ford Mustang, driving and killing someone, and then the family suing Ford Mustang.
Right, because that's Ford's fault that you are an idiot and you're driving drunk.
This would, we're already so, sue happy here in America.
In America, yeah.
That would just...
So the other thing he says is get weapons of war off the street. So he must be talking about muzzle loaders. He must be talking about revolvers. He must be talking about the M1 Garand or the M3.
Everything.
M carbine, M1 carbine. Because those have all been used in wars. 1911, we got to get the 1911 off the street.
Yeah. But basically, that's going to be all AR-15s that probably do some stupid magazine capacity, 5-round.
So he wants to put assault weapons, so AR-15s, into the National Firearms Act, and he wants to force a buyback. Reduce stockpiling of weapons. This is an interesting one. In order to reduce the stock, restricting the number of firearms an individual may purchase in a given month. Dude, I don't know. Does the Constitution say I'm allowed to have freedom of speech, but only for 1,000 words a month, and then my freedom of speech is gone? I'm allowed to have the right to be to choose and vote for my own politicians, but only a certain amount per month.
Right. So they said this is ridiculous. So every car manufacturer should be sued as well. Basically, and that's the problem, is that there's no logic behind any of this. I mean, if it was logical, then okay, you could say, okay, well, this makes sense. But
let's sue the Chinese for COVID.
None of this makes sense. So what? Virginia has passed that law, only one gun a month. Really?
Yeah, socialist.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay, let's move on from your little Biden.
Okay. Any other questions?
So, yeah, somebody had a question about, let me see here. Being a military person, Ryan, why don't you have positive control over your weapons at all times?
What does that mean?
Ryan does have positive control over his firearms at all times.
My guns are in a gun safe.
Yep, they're always in a gun safe. A gun safe by our bed, a gun safe by the door, a gun safe, and always in a gun safe. But in a gun safe. Maybe you were thinking about the story that we had told about the young man, but no. Ryan has his firearms locked up all the time. So, I don't want to touch that one because I don't want to...
Okay, let me deal with this.
Oh, don't move it.
Tiffany, just focus on one thing at a time, please. Yeah, so $200, that's part of that NFA nonsense. It's ridiculous. It's unconstitutional. Is gun insurance a good idea? Yes. I think that if you're going to choose to carry a firearm concealed, you need to have concealed carry insurance. I'm not doing it, Tiffany, okay? Please let me do my thing. So I think if you're going to carry a gun, you need to just have it. I think it's important.
Yeah, and you know what? It's really economical, to tell you the honest truth. And a lot of people think that they're like, is gun insurance a waste of money? Well, all insurance is a waste of money until you actually need it.
And then you realize how important it was.
I don't want to pay for Ryan's life insurance every single month.
Michael says, I feel like I'm watching the Blair Witch Project. Yeah.
I know. Put it down. Nobody
Tiffany, I'm not putting it down.
Oh my gosh.
Okay?
Ryan and I are going to argue about this.
We are going to argue, so stop. Okay, Glock 23. Watch the gun compartment skip by Kevin Hart.
Oh,
okay,
Ryan
awesome.
Kevin Hart, so he'll watch that. Ryan, I see your index finger twitching. I have a solution. I don't know.
Saying I want to shoot people.
Oh, got it. I was a little slow on that one.
Yeah.
Couldn't catch it.
So Vincent says the Second Amendment must be overturned by another amendment. So the only way to repeal or amend the Second Amendment would be to get, I believe it's 2/3, 60% of the states to vote on amending it. And then it's 2/3 of Congress, 2/3 of the Senate, something like that.
I didn't even know that you could.
Of course you can. Like, there has to be a way to change things, but it requires a massive majority. I'm going to film a video about this week.
Super majority.
It creates a big majority to change something like that. So this isn't something that anybody can just change.
No, but that is something that can be done over time if they continue to kind of wear down, push this guns are bad agenda to our youth and stuff. And by the time they have kids and they don't teach their kids about the Second Amendment, because it's easy to get swayed if you really don't understand it.
Sure.
Or if you haven't ever lived under a tyrannical government of any kind. The problem is, try to get the immigrants to vote against it, because again, today I got my nails done, and my nail lady was telling me about all the crazy stuff that she went through in Vietnam.
So just tell them what she told you today about her story in Vietnam.
So like every time I go there, she talks to me for an hour, and so I know a lot about what.
And her family escaped, got caught escaping a few times. Like, it was rough.
They had guns pointed at their heads at 5 years old. But she told me this. She said, she keeps telling me they have 3 goals in mind, and that is to keep you stupid, to keep you broke, and to keep you scared. So, she was...
Sounds like somebody else I know.
Right. So she was telling me that, they try to squirrel away money and save it, and then out of nowhere, the government just changes the currency, and then what they have is no longer good. So they could save $20,000, have it saved up, because she said they have it saved up to escape, and then they change the currency, and then they say, well, if you only have 3 people in your family, you're only allowed to change 3,000 into the new currency, and that other 17,000 is just gone. And she said a whole bunch of people, when they change their currency, will just kill themselves, and it's really sad. So she just keeps telling me that people here have no idea how good we have it to live in America, where we're free. And yeah, they escaped for a reason. And she said that in school, they teach them that
This is crazy.
Americans eat children and
Tell them about what the moms do.
And rape women. They eat children and rape women, and they just keep telling the kids that, so that the kids are just terrified, thinking that we're this evil country. So very crazy. So very thankful to live in, and they have, she said there's police everywhere, and each police has like 5 or 6 houses to watch, and that's all they do is watch who goes in and out, because you have to have a permit to live in the city, and then it says like you have this many people living there, and they just watch that house. And she said if they catch you with anything, it's not about catching you, it's about you have to pay them.
You have to pay the cops. That's exactly how it works, right?
Pay them money to be quiet. So she's like, that would never happen here. She said, they want to defund the police, but she said it's so different over there. So anyway, very cool to see. So it's the immigrants that would not want the laws changed, because they understand what it's like to live under a tyrannical
But again, that's
government.
been my issue with a lot of the people talking about how one of my favorite questions to ask immigrants that come to the country or come to my classes, because sometimes, I can tell you've got an accent, whatever. And I say, hey man, where are you from? And they tell me I'm from Ukraine, I'm from Cuba, I'm from wherever. So I say to them, with all the anti-American rhetoric that's happening,
right,
what do you think about the people that say America is a terrible country? And they always say some variation of, these people don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Right.
Because they have never actually been outside of America. Listen, we have a lot of problems in America, but America is a place where you can actually go out and protest.
Yeah.
And I totally disagree with you, but we still let you do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Whereas in other countries, they would just shoot you.
And that's what she said. She goes, you hear me, I'm complaining about Biden right now. She said, if I did that in my country, I would be shot, and then they would just tell everybody I died of COVID. And then she said, they'll just make up some reason of why you're dead.
That's awesome.
And she said, nobody investigates it, and that's just the end of it. So I was like, whew.
Okay.
That's crazy. Oh, thank you so much, Dark Angel 21E.
Yeah, Cubans. I mean, you guys, that's a great story not a great story. It's a perfect example of how Fidel Castro used gun control. He used guns to take over a country, become a dictator, and then immediately took guns away because he didn't want anybody to do it to himself. And now him and his brother are just reigning over these people and suppressing them. It's crazy.
Totally the best country. And she was saying how many people died just trying to escape. She said they're so poor, they build their own little boat out of wood. And she said they just go in the ocean. And she's like, they don't have a chance.
No direction of where they're going.
She said they don't even care. They just go. So yeah, something to think about before you start bashing, America. So.
Can you get a non-resident permit in Florida? Of course. Yeah, Florida issues lots of non-resident permits.
It's actually the same process and the same application. You're just going to check a different box that says non-resident permit, but everything else is going to be the exact same. All right. What is this?
Yeah, so you're right, Bob. But all the Bill of Rights are inalienable rights, right? So that's what the founders believed, is that it was a right that was granted to us by our Creator, by God. So all men have a right to be free, and that was granted to us by God. Everyone has a right to own a gun for the purpose of defending themselves and their family, and that is a right granted by God. The fascinating thing is, why is it that certain individuals and certain parties want to take that right away? It's not about gun control. Mm-hmm. It's not about, they don't care about your family being safe. What they care about is controlling people. That's the agenda. Okay, so Carlos is an immigrant from Brazil, not a Republican at all. That's fine.
That's okay. We still love you.
But fully support our Constitution in Brazil.
Yeah.
Now, even though they are trying to open up gun sales, cops don't want civilians armed. Right, because aren't the cops, corrupt down there?
Yeah.
Probably.
But very cool, yep. My parents fled the communist country to give us a better life here in U.S. Awesome.
Yeah.
We're happy that you're here, Sandy, and they made it out. So Daytona Beach took 80 days to get my concealed weapon approved. Yes. So as you guys know, Ryan just said how many new?
80,000 in the last 4 months.
Yeah. So skyrocket in concealed weapon application permits, stuff like that. The Department of Agriculture is flat out overwhelmed. When you call them, they just have an automated thing that just says, you know, we can't take your call. Try calling back.
Yeah.
And so processing, they have 90 days to approve or disapprove you. I have seen an influx in people saying like application is incomplete. So I don't know if they're throwing that out there to delay some people because they realize that they just can't do it. Not sure. But if you're applying for your permit, you know, just know that it's going to take longer than it did pre-corona. It was 7 to 10 business days. So pretty crazy. Yeah, somebody says, Michael says, if they defund the police, who's going to come take my gun?
A social worker. Yeah. Hey, listen, sir, we just want to talk to you, man.
How you doing?
Yeah. That's funny. Okay, from Volusia. What's up?
What's up, Craig?
I'm pretty sure that's up. I was stationed in the military with a dude from Volusia. I'm pretty sure that's like right in Georgia, right? Volusia County, I think so. Yeah, just over the border.
Okay, so I wish I was rich enough to move to the U.S. Where are you from? Where are you watching from? Daytona.
Okay, 40 days with a DD Form 214. That's cool.
Yes, this is why you never wait for last minute. Same thing goes for, you know, firearms and ammunition. I mean, unfortunately, if you waited till now, you're paying a lot. You're paying a lot for ammunition and you're paying a lot more for guns than you would have before. So that's just something that you gotta keep in mind.
But I haven't told Tiffany this yet. I am definitely doing it.
So tired of hearing this. I haven't told Tiffany yet.
As soon as it comes back in stock. Do you know, Tiffany, I can literally buy a 55-gallon drum full of 9mm ammo?
I actually
Isn't America great?
But where are you gonna put it? That's the problem.
Somewhere.
Like we don't have a big house.
We need to buy a bigger house.
And then and you're with your back, you're a weakling, you can't move it, and then you'd be making me move it.
I don't need to move it. I just put it in one spot, plop it in a spot, and then we're solid.
And then I gotta clean the garage and try and move it. Yeah, so word to the wise, you know, if you are a new gun owner, when things calm down, I pray soon, but with this election, who knows? Be soon.
It's gonna be a year.
Don't wait till there's some major hurricane or some riot or something. Stock up. Everybody should have a minimum of 1,000 rounds of ammunition.
But you know,
a minimum, and you don't have to buy that all at once. But
yeah,
I mean,
it's cheaper.
It is cheaper, and you can get that for what, $300?
Not right now, but
no. But normal time.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm paying like $600-700.
But I guess our prices are not normal.
You don't
want $220 normally for 1,000 rounds, 9mm on the internet. I mean, that's pretty cheap. We were paying $189, but we're buying it wholesale.
Yeah, and James says per caliber, and this is the thing. I mean, we have mostly 9mm for that reason, because I don't want to have to stock up a ton of ammo.
Well, we have guns in all calibers, really. All
we
calibers,
do. Yeah,
but our primary guns are all 9mm.
Our primary kind of guns are in 9mm because 2 reasons. I don't want to stock a ton of different ammo, and number two, it's not up to you. 1 was 2. Number 2, it's not up to me.
Because I buy the guns.
Because he's the one that buys the guns. Touche. But number 2, you know, Ryan and I thought about this. Like, if I don't want to say.
If shit hits the fan.
Yes,
there,
you say it. I'd rather you say it and then me slap you for saying a bad word.
I got slapped by a student the other day. She hit me just like Tiffany did. It was pretty funny. Because
you deserve it. So anyway, what I was saying is, if shit hits the fan, you don't want to have to be like lugging around all this different ammo. And if you do 9mm, that is the most popular caliber. So I mean, if you're gonna come across anything, you're gonna come across 9mm. You don't want to have some weird caliber that now you're looking for some weird caliber and you can't find it.
5.7.
Yeah, and
how many people have that?
Wait, and I forgot this. If something major happens and there's an ammo shortage, they shut down production on
pretty much everything,
all
except 9,
ammo,
5.56, 308.
Except for 9, 5.56, and 308, because they need to do the military and police rounds. So that's something to consider if you only have, a 380 or something. So just keep that in mind.
2,000 rounds of 9mm for $565. Wow.
Where?
That's a good deal. It doesn't matter. It's gone now.
It's gone. But I might
listen. Let me tell you, Victor. I love the 5.7. I haven't shot the Ruger 5.7, so if you have one, maybe I can borrow it for a video. But I love the 5.7 pistol by FN. I think it's amazing, and it's a fun gun to have.
It is. It's a
a
cool
terrible gun to think that's going to be the gun you stock up on because, in my opinion,
well, and the ammo is expensive, right?
It's expensive. It's hard to get. Like, they barely make it.
But what does that do? What does that shoot? The 5.7 shoots like how far without? It was 0 drop.
Zero bullet drop for 100 yards.
That's
Zero.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Handgun
It's crazy.
shooting.
It's the most accurate gun I've ever
100 yards
shot.
with 0 drop.
Yeah.
That makes me excited.
Hey, thanks, Eric.
Yeah.
He said he loves us. You don't know
Oh.
me. You don't know me very well.
I love you too, Eric.
Okay, what about 38 Special? Sure.
Same thing. I mean, cool, but
Again, not a NATO caliber. It's not something law enforcement and military are using. So when there's a war happening,
and they shut down production of everything else.
When there's high demand, they're focusing on the stuff like every business, right? They focus on what does everybody want? Where's the high demand?
Right.
And the reality is 9, 5.56, 7.62 by 51. Those are the 3 they're making. Those are the big NATO calibers.
So you
right?
want to, in my opinion, you want to have at least one of those so that if production does get shut down or
50.
whatever, you would have, of course.
So Lincoln comes up to me the other day and he goes, "Hey, Dad, do you know what a saw is?" So a saw and M249, and I was like, "Yeah." I said,
Where did he get that?
From Demolition Ranch.
Ugh.
So, and he goes,
Good
I
old
said,
Matt.
do you understand what Dad does for a living? Like, of course I know what a saw is.
Ooh, Frank got a tier 1 Agus in the mail today.
Nice.
That's what you carry, right?
That's awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me what you think about it, man. It's pretty sexy holster. It's pretty awesome.
You know what?
You're gonna fall in love.
I have to say, when I put that in my pants, it was comfortable right away.
Yeah.
There was no shy moment.
It seems like it's really big, but and very heavy, hard to carry.
I was so stressed about it. I was so
Okay,
thinking.
Chris says he's new here. What's your background? You know, some B&Es. Lots of things. So,
Well, I mean, you can just go to tampacarry.com and look at his bio.
veteran, gun owner.
Yeah,
amazing.
so we owned a gun
awesome.
store for 5 or 6 years. And
Piss excellence.
We've been teaching concealed carry classes for 12 years. And, that's really about it. He wrote a book and...
Yeah, Joey, it's interesting, but for a long time, I had a really big, personal property coverage on my homeowner's insurance because I was under the assumption my personal property was going to cover theft of guns.
Right.
Homeowner's insurance does not cover the theft of guns. You have to actually, according to what my insurance company told me, I have to have a policy, an insurance policy for each gun, which is quite the scam. It's quite the scam, like most insurance is. So make sure your guns are in a good safe. We also have, thanks, Felix.
Felix, thank you. We'll come to your question right away, sweetheart.
We also had a customer from when we had the gun store
So Buddy said an addendum to the policy. Yeah, our new homeowners, they asked, and I said that we got so much dollars worth of firearms.
Oh,
so
really?
I think it depends.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
but
good. Makes you feel better.
Just know that some policies you do have to ask or you do have to...
Make sure that's in there. If
Yeah.
you have a lot of guns, we had a guy come into the gun store.
Yeah.
He said him and his family went on vacation. Somebody actually came into his house. They stole the entire safe
Yeah.
because it wasn't bolted down. So
Yeah.
they stole the whole safe.
Which, I mean, who bolts their safe down? That's a big job.
Everyone. It's
Really?
easy. Super
Oh,
easy,
I
and
thought
it
was
prevents it from
hard.
tipping it.
Oh, okay. Don't give serial numbers. Yeah, and keep your serial numbers too. I'm surprised at how many people don't write down their serial numbers. Never mind that. They don't even know what kind of gun they have. They just said it was a 9mm.
Yeah, I narrowed it down to about 40,000.
You're
guns.
never going to find your gun if you tell them it was a 9mm.
And it was black.
Yeah. I mean, this is like telling people that you had a car that ran on gas. So, okay, Felix, let's get you. Need advice on how to be safe on the first floor corner apartment with 3 windows and a sliding glass door. Hey, that's a good question. To be safe doing what? To be safe like doing dry fire handling?
Or just choosing a safe direction to handle the gun.
Is that what you're asking? I'm guessing. Or are you talking about like in a self-defense situation if you had to use your firearm?
That could be what
it
he's
could be.
asking, yeah.
So why don't you answer both of those for him?
Yeah, so, Lincoln one time asked me, we were at a hotel, we were somewhere, and he said, Dad, you're handling your gun. Where's the safe direction? Because there's people on all walls of us. There is no exterior wall. There's people above us and people below. And I said, it's pretty funny that he was probably 7 or 8 at the time. It's pretty funny that a little kid is thinking that critically about a safe direction.
Yeah.
And sometimes there really is no 100% safe direction. Sometimes it's just about choosing what is the safest direction. If the gun were to go off, kind of thing.
And if you're talking about inside the home, there is ammo called Glacier rounds. Now,
thanks, Dark Angel.
We'll get to your question right away. Glacier, so Glaser. I haven't really seen a lot about them.
I need to test it because I don't buy it. I don't believe it. They claim...
well, you get like 5 rounds for like $15, but they claim that they'll stop.
At drywall.
To stop at drywall, but they're enough to penetrate. So, I mean, if you have kind of like us where you've got all the kids on this side, if someone were to come in, it might make it difficult if the kids were sleeping on which way to shoot. So that's something that you can look into too. I know, not for you, but for me, I would be like, because I would be freaking out.
My only concern is which tattoo I'm getting.
Okay, question here. So Chris says, cool, I need to get my CC. Awesome. We look forward to meeting you. Just go to tampacarry.com. Everything's laid out there, and we have a 24/7 live chat. I can help you over that if you need help. Sometimes you'll get one.
Yes, I do too, Brian. So I always press check my carry gun when I take it out.
Yes.
Because you never know. It's up to you to make sure that sucker's going to work.
Michael is asking about the pepper spray. So we don't sell it at the office, unfortunately, because we're only there if Ryan's teaching classes. So, like, when people want to come pick up a book or something, it ends up being really difficult because Ryan's in a class. He locks the door so that some random person doesn't walk in while he's teaching. And so it's not like an in and out storefront. I ship everything right from here myself. So if you order pepper spray, I will handle it with care and I will get it shipped to you really fast. And I appreciate the support if you do order it from us. We ship right away. So, go ahead. Did you
P365, best pistol ever used. I think it's a good pistol. I don't think it's the best, but I think it's a very good pistol.
How often do you clean your guns in storage? Well, let me tell you this. Probably Ryan shoots all of his guns often because he's taking them out for students to shoot throughout the week.
A lot, yeah.
But I did see a few people that had posted and their guns were in their safe and they kind of forgot about it and they had rust on them. So in Florida, it's very, very easy to get
because you have to have a dehumidifier in your safe.
Yeah, which most people don't. And even with a dehumidifier, it's hard to get like everything correct. So at the very least, if you're not going to clean it, you do want to take it out, look over it, and put a thin coat of oil on it so that you're not getting rust. And if you do have rust, you can't just put oil on top of that rust. It will continue to rust. You need to stop that rust. So how do you stop the rust? Just really quick so that they know.
Well, a couple things. So to clean rust properly, you want to put just a little bit of gun oil and then use quadruple aught. So 4 zeros.
4 zeros.
Steel wool.
Which
and then you just do very small little circles until the rust comes off. That won't scratch your finish. And then just put a coat of oil on it. And then you really got to either use a paint pen, get it Cerakoted, get it re-blued or re-parkerized, whatever, and get a new fresh coating on it so it doesn't keep happening.
So if it's just a little bit of rust, you're just going to use that 4000
quadruple aught
steel roll. Give it a good thing. And then there's a Birchwood Casey little ink pen.
Paint pen, yeah.
Paint pen. It's like $7 on Amazon. If you get yourself one of those, I mean, it comes in black or silver, but you get yourself one of those, and then you can just, once that dries, just put a little mark on, and then that'll stop the rust from coming back in that spot, and then oil it. And as long as you keep it oiled, it'll be good. But you don't want to let that rust keep making pits because it'll eat your firearm.
Okay, Frank says recommended pistol with a decocker, 9 and 1911. Well, 1911s don't have a decocker, right? So most of the SIG, like P226, 229, 228, those are all going to have a decocker. I just shot a HK P30 that had a pretty cool decocker.
We're almost time's up. Tonight went fast.
Yeah, because it was a cluster.
It went really
it was
fast.
A disaster.
Yeah, I was sweating for a little bit.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know of many other ones. I think one of the Canics is a striker fired and has a decocker. I don't worry about a decocker. I don't care because I use striker fired guns, right?
Do we get to see Tiffany's shirt? Oh no, you don't get to see my shirt this week. Nice try though. Their Love Shack barbecue.
That's on OnlyFans.
Hey, Love Shack barbecue. Are you in Ruskin? I ordered barbecue for one of my friends that was going through a tough time, and I'm pretty sure that I got it off of Love Shack barbecue.
Yeah.
Sounded good. Okay, guys, we're going to do some giveaways. So we have this cool Olight, which I'm going to save one for myself.
That's okay.
So we have this cool O-light flashlight, and I don't want to open it because it's nice and sealed, but it is sweet. It is a sweet little pistol. Pistol.
Answer's no, Eric.
No, I'm not giving you a pistol. It is a sweet little flashlight, and everybody needs one of these little flashlights with you. They come in handy. So we're going to give away one of these tonight, and we're going to give away a copy of Ryan's book as well.
And the way you're going to get it is by sharing the live stream on social media. Share it, and then comment shared.
Yeah, but it's going to be over right away.
It doesn't matter. People rewatch it. You understand how videos work, right? Like it's on the internet forever.
We would appreciate if you guys share it. This is why. Because it's super important for people to learn and understand more about the Second Amendment. Thank you so much.
Yes, thanks, guys.
And they don't always, they're not going to go out and search it themselves. And this is kind of one of those, things where it pops across their feed. They're laying in bed. They got nothing else to do. They're shoving popcorn on their face. So they stop a few minutes and then they watch. And you never know who.
We got to convince all these anti-gun people to come over to our side.
Yeah, it's not about convincing, but it's also about just kind of informing them that, hey, we're not all crazy gun people. And, we just believe in the right to bear arms and the Constitution. So anyway,
awesome.
Yeah. So shared. Why don't you pick somebody for the flashlight?
Okay.
So this is for the O-light flashlight.
Thanks, Florida Sheepdog. We appreciate you, buddy.
Oh, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
Okay, so I'm gonna say Joseph Wright.
Okay, Joseph Wright
Wins the flashlight.
I gotta write it down. So Joseph Wright, you have won this. All you have to do to claim your prize is email me at classes, CLASSES, at tampacarry.com. Classes at tampacarry.com. And if you do that, you're just going to send me your address. I won the O-light, and I will ship that to you tomorrow. Next, we are going to give away, look at this handsome guy. I have to get his picture done for his new book. I don't know if you're going to look as handsome as this, but this is what we're going to give away now. So, Ryan, why don't you pick someone, or do you want me to pick someone?
Yeah, you pick somebody.
Okay, I'm going to pick someone for Ryan's book. And Raul.
Ooh, Raul.
Raul H. Parilla. Raul H. Parilla. Send me an email to classes at tampacarry.com. Just include your name, address, and that you won the Florida Concealed Carry Law book, and I'll ship that out to you tomorrow. One more giveaway.
Okay, real question from Michael real quick, because he's asked a question multiple times.
Okay. We're going to answer, and then we're going to give one more giveaway.
He says, what part of the firearm constitutes a firearm if the buyback happens? The part that has a serial number on it.
Yeah. So some
Which
firearms...
every manufacturer is different. We had a custom rifle company that was building bolt-action guns in Africa, actually, and they were putting the serial number on the barrel. Most guns, the serial number's on the receiver. So
yes, a mandatory buyback is just a seizure.
Exactly.
Seizure? How do you say it?
Seizure.
Why do I have trouble saying that? You are right. But a lot of people, when you offer them money, they're like, hey, yeah, okay. And they just want to give it up. So, okay, this is the...
Oh, by the way,
this is the last...
I will give you money for guns. So, I will give you.
This is the last giveaway. We're going to give away the shirt. So, this is...
Like, take it off right now?
No, listen. No, don't take your shirt off. Nobody wants to see that mess. No. Okay, but can you kind of go in the camera a little bit? So
show the shirt?
Yeah, so I am the sheepdog. I live to protect the flock and confront the wolf. So we're going to give away that shirt. It comes in sizes small all the way up to 3X, okay?
And
this is the deal, though. I'm not shipping it right away because it's going to come from our fulfillment warehouse, and it takes about 2 to 3 weeks. So I'll submit your order, and then you're going to have to wait about 2 to 3 weeks to receive it. But that's the shirt. So if you want to win that shirt.
They already did it, so let's look at the people that shared.
Okay, so look at the people that shared. If you commented that you shared, go ahead, Ryan, and pick someone. Oh, yeah, you're welcome, Rule. I'm so excited that you won. Yes.
So let's say...
So Jason Walker, well, you're an admin and you help us, so you'll get a little treat. That'll be your Christmas present.
Okay, Dan McDonald.
Dan McDonald. Dan McDonald, watching on YouTube. Send me an email to classes@tampacarry.com. Say the shirt, and please include your size, small all the way up through 3X. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. And so I guess now we're starting the 21-day dry fire challenge
Next Monday.
Next Monday.
So if you want to do it, sign up. It is going to be dope.
Yep.
We are super excited.
And you will be able to, talk with Ryan on the group, on the private group. So he does give a lot of attention to that group and helps you to make sure that you're going through all of the training properly. So if you want to sign up to that, you're just going to either go, I think the link, right? It's in the link, 21-day dry fire challenge.
Yeah, it's in here.
It's in here, or else just go to tampacarry.com and you'll find it there. So we are super excited. Thank you for sticking it out for us. We had over 200 people watching tonight. So
Even though it was a cluster.
So pray for us that next week.
And I'm going to send some aggressive emails in a second.
Yeah.
We're going to fix this.
Pray for us that next week's live will be great, but we will see you next Monday night at 7 p.m.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Be safe.